20 signs that you are emotionally mature. You realize that most bad behavior from others stems from fear and anxiety, not nastiness.
You loosen your hold on self-righteousness. Stop seeing the world as populated by monsters or fools. This makes things less black and white, but ultimately more interesting. You learn that what's in your head isn't automatically understood by others.
You realize you must articulate your intentions and feelings using words, and can't blame others for misunderstanding until you've spoken calmly and clearly. You learn that you sometimes get things wrong. With courage, you take steps towards apologizing.
You learn confidence by realizing everyone else is just as scared and lost as you are. We're all making it up as we go along, and that's fine. You forgive your parents. You realize they were out of their depth, struggling with their own demons.
Anger turns to pity and compassion. You learn the enormous influence of small things on mood.
Things like bedtimes, blood sugar, alcohol levels, and background stress affect your mood.
You learn never to bring up contentious issues with a loved one until everyone is well rested.
Ensure no one is drunk, you've eaten, and nothing else is alarming you. You give up sulking.
If someone hurts you, you don't hold on to hatred. You remember, we'll all be dead soon.
You don't expect others to know what's wrong. You tell them, and if they understand, you forgive them. If they don't, you forgive them anyway. You cease to believe in perfection in every area. There are no perfect people, jobs, or lives. You appreciate what is good enough.
You realize many frustrating things in your life are still eminently good enough. You learn the virtues of being a little more pessimistic about how things will turn out. You emerge as a calmer, more patient, and forgiving soul, losing some of your idealism. You become a less maddening person. You see everyone's weaknesses are linked to strengths. Instead of isolating weaknesses, you see the whole picture. A pedantic person is also precise and strong. A messy person can also be brilliantly creative and very visionary.
You truly realize perfect people don't exist. Every strength is linked to a weakness.
You fall in love less easily. It's a bit more difficult now. When less mature, crushes were instant. Now you know everyone is a bit of a pain up close. You develop loyalty to what you already have. You learn that you are, surprisingly, quite a difficult person to live with. You shed sentimentality, entering relationships with warnings of your challenges. You learn to forgive yourself for errors, realizing flogging yourself for past mistakes is unfruitful. You become more of a friend to yourself. You're an idiot, but still lovable, as we all are. You learn maturity involves making peace with your stubbornly childlike bits that will always remain.
You stop trying to be a grown-up constantly, accepting everyone has regressive moments. When your inner 2-year-old emerges, you greet them generously and give them needed attention. You cease hoping
for grand plans of happiness that last for years. You celebrate the little things that go well. Satisfaction comes in increments of minutes. You're delighted if a day passes without much bother. You take interest in flowers and the evening sky.
You develop a taste for small pleasures. What people think of you ceases to be such a concern.
You realize others' minds are muddled, so you stop trying to polish your image in their eyes. What counts is that you and a few others are okay with you. You give up on fame and rely on love.
You get better at hearing feedback. You stop assuming critics are trying to humiliate you or are mistaken. You accept that taking some feedback on board might be a good idea.
You learn you can listen to criticism and survive it without denying any problems. You realize you often live too close to your problems and issues day by day. You remember to get out and gain perspective on what pains you, taking more walks in nature.
You might get a pet. They don't fret like us. You appreciate distant galaxies in the night sky.
You recognize how your past colors your response to events and learn to compensate for distortions.
You accept that your childhood predisposes you to exaggerate in certain areas. You become suspicious of your first impulses, realizing sometimes not to go with your initial feelings.
When starting a friendship, you realize people don't primarily want to hear your good news.
They want insight into your troubles and worries, so they feel less lonely with their own pains.
You become a better friend. Understanding friendship is truly about sharing vulnerability. Our emotional barometer is a tool that helps us more clearly explain our moods. Click the link on screen now to find out more.